What actual scientific data about the virus would make you change your mind on what should have been done to combat it? I'm going to play you something that I recorded on April 1st. That's over a month ago, about things that I'd been thinking over 2 months, or at least a month, before I actually recorded it. And at the time, I was like, okay, is this actually something I want to post this way? And I just worked out. It's like I was recording it with my face. I'm like, blah, blah. I had all these concerns about actually what I was saying. But just having those simple concerns about what I was saying and pointing out after having thought of things. And I'm thinking, what has changed since then to make me think I should post this? And I've seen all this other information going on. I'm like, okay, that's actually important enough, even as is. And me making this declaration, me saying, putting out this video in this way doesn't actually change much. It just adds something to discuss and talk about. I'm not demanding anyone physically do something. I'm just requesting that maybe some of you can do this as well. Take some time to think. Why do I decide to do this? What kind of information about this new thing in my life has made me make a decision on what should or should not be done about this thing? And then what would actually make me change my point of view on that? And then project that to other people and ask, when this person said we should do this, what were they basing it on? How much did they tell me? How much did they know? How much do I think they knew that they did not tell me? Because that is worth pointing out as well. Some people might just think, oh, these trust that these people know more. And that's when you transition to certain people who supposedly have certain expertise in certain things. Then if they're talking about that expertise and you say they know about this field, and then they start speaking about a related field, what makes you think they have enough information that gives you the trust in their expertise on that first thing to speak about all these other things? And then I think most importantly, what makes somebody change? When does somebody say, I had this information in the past and now something has changed and it has changed my mind on what to do with this thing? Hindsight is 2020. It's something we should consider before we just make judgments about others and ourselves. Okay, into the thing that I recorded.
Hey, what's up? Silas here. I just want to make this video because I think it's going to come in useful in a couple of months once we actually have information. Right now, we're going through something as a human species, as Earthlings, all of us. But people are making certain decisions and certain proclamations and certain assumptions off of, I think, lack of information. And more information is coming in day by day by day. Some of the projections are being made off of, hey, if we don't do anything for 3 years, then this is going to happen. And then people are freaking out and then certain things are being done. And I'm like, wait, we don't have enough information. And now people are fighting with each other, getting angry at each other, saying this person is actually ended up going to kill all these people, hurting all these people, doing this and this to those people. We need to do that. Everyone should do this. Look at that country. They did that. We need to do that here. Or this is going to happen to us. It's going to be as bad as it is in this other place. But then we're also not really checking and seeing what are those people doing in that place? Like, what are the figures being done in those places? How are they actually calculating that versus what are you calculating this? Are you dealing with the same kind of people? Are you dealing with the same ages of people, the same groups? Are they suffering from the same things? Do you actually believe what this country is saying versus what that other country is saying? If you actually plan to do this, is it actually going to be able to work? Do you have the same kind of resources and the same kind of populace and the same kind of information sharing for this thing to work in your place? And we don't know these things, but we are going to know these things a few months from now, years from now. But there's a majority of people who've made up their mind right now who think whatever they're supporting works. If it turns out to be what I think it's going to be, which is not as bad as anywhere close to the horrible things that are being thrown out there, those people who think what they're doing is what they support works, will say it was due to that thing working. The people who don't think this thing works will say, oh, we shouldn't have done any of that. In fact, if we did do any of these things, it would have been worse. Just like those people who have already decided right now, no matter what happens, whatever happens in the future, they will say it was due to this stuff. Even if you show them that this other place didn't do this and still had better results than you did, they will just completely ignore that. There's places who they're saying we shouldn't do X, Y, Z. If they say that in the future, when things don't turn out to be as bad as people are saying, they will say, look, yes, that place did the thing that you said we shouldn't have done here, but that's for other reasons. That's just the way people work. People already find things. And then if people think it's worse and they don't support what's being done now, they'll say you should have listened to what I was saying should be done. And then there's people who, if it turns out worse and they feel they support what's being happening now, but they think we should have done more, they'll just say we should have done more. So that's just a simple thing to say, that people make up their minds based on certain information, they embed themselves into it, and they don't change no matter what information comes in the future, because it's just not something people do. This is just the way people are. Unfortunately, I hope more people will change. I'm telling you right now, I don't think the figure is going to be anywhere close to as bad as what people are saying. I'm thinking it's going to be hundreds of thousands globally. You know what I'm talking about when I'm saying that. That's still a lot of people. And part of why I'm saying this is because I don't have enough information of how many people have it yet. I think a lot more people have it than people are saying. And with a lot more people having it, I think a lot fewer people who actually have it die from it. People are expecting there's going to be a lot more people getting it in the future. I don't really trust all the numbers coming in. I have seen certain numbers where people are comparing certain things to be certain figures that I think when we look in the future and we go to a certain baseline of understanding what can actually be considered to be a figure that should be towards this death count based off of this, we're going to have a different idea on what to do with it. And also, I'm accounting for the fact that a lot of human effort is being put towards human mental resources, and human is the most valuable resource that we have on Earth that we know of. A lot of human resources being put towards addressing this issue, that it's not going to be anywhere close to as bad as the numbers that we're seeing currently right now when nobody has been addressing the issue. So that's it. Goodbye.